okay, is far beyond our expectation.
He's the safest way of owning a house.
My mouth is full of appreciation to Federal Mortgage Bank.
It's a pleasure to have you join us once again on another episode of the program, Everyone Deserves a Home. I'm your regular anchor, Zulaihat Belagubir, welcoming you to this edition of the program. Since the current management of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria came into office, about 11 states have so far successfully rejoined the NHF scheme. Kano State is one of the only 2 out of the 36 states in the country yet to resume contributions to the NHF scheme. Despite the fact that state civil servants are not contributing to the scheme, the FMBN has not failed to make its impact felt in the state. In this edition of the program, we will bring you details of the impact of the FMBN in Kano State. Before this, we will take a short time out, and when we return, the program begins. Let us open the program with issues making the news from our weekly diary. In our lineup, FMBN partakes in Anan MCPD, just as FMBN makes its presence felt at the recently concluded 43rd Kaduna International Trade Fair. Details of these stories coming your way shortly. Don't go away.
Executive Director, Business Development and Portfolio Management, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, Abdullahi Umar Tankani, has commended the Association of National Accountants of Nigeria, ANAN, for its contribution towards building the economy of the nation through its developmental programs. He said this at the first session of the 2022 Mandatory Continuing Professional Development MCPD program held in Abuja recently. The program was themed Contemporary Developments in Public Sector Accounting and Financial Management. The Executive Director urged the association to sustain its efforts in innovations like this.
We are here today to celebrate the numerous successes and milestones recorded by the association, which are not only reflected in the advancement and life of its members, but it is positive impacts towards the transformation and development of the Nigerian society. ANAN, as a body, deserves special commendation for its critical contributions and interventions in the Nigeria's economic landscape, particularly in deepening the knowledge of its members and skills. I want to implore you to sustain these efforts as a body and the numerous contributions of your members in the whole globe.
Tankani noted that the bank has experienced the impact of ANAN through its staff. On behalf of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, he pledged the continued support of the FMBN to encourage its staff in the area of human resource development and other developmental programs.
The bank has continued to sponsor many staff or many members of ANAN on all the professional development programs of ANAN year in, year out. We'll take this in order to continue to enrich our human resource capacity, as the bank has really, like I have said, witnessed the impact of ANAN members on its transformation crusade.
Speaking earlier, President and Chairman in Council of the Association, Reverend Canon Professor Benjamin Osisioma, noted that the association in the year 2022 will dream more and try new things so as to keep up the pace.
We want to have a holistic training program where every person can identify his own slot. So we have a very busy year ahead of us. And I assure you that as time goes on, we will dream up more dreams and put more dreams to paper. We want to cut new horizons. We want to rise to new heights. We want to break through existing protocols. We want to extend the frontiers of knowledge. Advancing the science of accountancy, we will do it without looking back.
During the program, the association launched the ANAN Digitalization Hub. The Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria took its products and services to the 43rd Kaduna International Trade Fair to market its products and services to participants at the event. At a ceremony to mark the bank's special day at the fair, the managing director of the bank, Architect Ahmed Lengiwa, represented by FMBN Zonal Manager of the Kaduna Zone, Appasani, commended Katsima for sustaining the event over the years. He said the contribution of the trade fair to the economy of Kaduna State cannot be overemphasized.
Privileged to mark the FMBN Special Day at the 43rd Kaduna International Trade Fair. FMBN is proudly to be associated with this trade fair, which has come a long way and remains one of the most credible and well-patronized trade fair internationally and nationally. Therefore, I'd like to congratulate the organizers of this trade fair, the Kaduna Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, on this milestone and commend them for sustaining the event. The contribution of this trade fair to the economy of not only Kaduna State and the northern region as a whole cannot therefore be overemphasized. I have no doubt that the benefits will continue to generate through the important platform can be sustained for the advancement of our common and socio-economic status.
The zonal manager noted that the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria was established to play a critical role in facilitating home ownership for Nigerian workers, particularly low and medium income earners. Speaking on behalf of the Kaduna Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, organizers of the trade fair said the fair is in line with its mandate to promote and contribute to the economic growth and development of Nigeria.
The Kaduna International Trade Fair provides a venue for, among many other things, the promotion, encouragement, development of industries and industrial inputs, the promotion of all aspects of economic sectors through national and international cooperation.
While addressing the press after the event, disclosed the significance of participating in such events. He also disclosed successes recorded by the FMBN as a result of last year's event.
What has happened after that? Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria has shown an increase in their presence in Kaduna here. We have lots of estate, funded estates in the state for the labor unions, the cooperative societies. The latest one being the one we just gave for NLCT's NECA project, approved for construction of 180 housing units for the NLC TUC NECA workers.
If you are just joining us, the program is Everyone Deserves a Home, showcasing the strides of the FMBN as it makes efforts towards providing affordable housing for ordinary Nigerians. There have been ongoing efforts by the current management of the bank to ensure that every state is contributing to the NHF scheme so that its citizens can benefit from the scheme. Though Kano state workers are not contributing to the NHF scheme, the bank has not relented in its efforts to provide tangibles for its customers in the state. Keep watching as we take a look at the efforts of the FMBN in Kano State.
Kano State, northwest Nigeria, is the most populous. This makes the need to provide houses quite pertinent. The Federal Mortgage Bank, through its various products, is doing all within its purview to meet the housing needs of contributors to the National Housing Fund. However, Kano remains one of the only 2 states yet to start contributing to the fund for its state government employees. Efforts have, however, remained in top gear to ensure that the state resumes contributing to the scheme.
We adopted a lot of strategy to ensure that we bring them on board. One of it is constant sensitization of the workers in that area, in that state, to ensure that we sensitize them and tell them the benefit of joining the NHF scheme. Because it's very important for them to know that joining the NHF scheme is very key. It's very important for them to have affordable home ownership.
Even though the state government employees are not NHF contributors, the informal sector is doing very well. This is particularly so because of its status as one of the foremost commercial hubs in the country. About 32 informal sector cooperative societies have joined the National Housing Fund in Kano State. And one of the efforts of the branch office in Kano State is in mobilizing more informal sector cooperative societies into the National Housing Fund scheme.
We now requested the names of additional corporate societies from the Ministry of Commerce. So now we are waiting for them, so that when we get the list, now from there we'll start pursuing them, so that you can come and register with the scheme.
For workers in Kano State who are under the workforce of the federal government, the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria has continued to mobilize and register them into the scheme. Currently, there are 1,000 contributors with a monthly contribution of about 4 million naira. For these number of contributors, together with the informal sector contributors in the state, the bank has funded, built and completed a number of housing estates in the state. Some of them are Al-Mukab City 1 and 2, Ministerial Pilot Housing Scheme 1 and 2, and full-fledged housing estate amongst other estates. So far, over 624 housing units have been completed and off-taken in Kano State.
Because of the contributors of our federal establishment and the informal sector, the bank financed the construction of 624 housing units from various construction company, that's the developers.
The FMBN, in collaboration with its developers, aside being concerned with delivering quality houses, has made sure that local content is patronized.
We're so particular with our quality. Particular with our quality in the sense that we play a lot with local content, because first of all we want to be sure that we're using our local content and our Nigeria-made goods, and secondly we consciously have to work with the community, because it's just common sense that we work with the community, and sincerely the community around there have been wonderful.
Developers working with the FMBN also work to ensure that all estates are well equipped with adequate and basic infrastructure.
The infrastructure available at sites like where we are standing right now is the road network within the estate. Then we'll have the drainages, and luckily for us it rained all through last night down till this morning. you will not see waterlogged anywhere. As soon as it rains, just give it 2-3 minutes, the entire estate is drained. Then we'll have the perimeter fence for the estate. We have we have water, and the water is being powered by excuse me, being powered from the main source, which is Ketco, NEPA, as the case may be. Then we augment it by powering it with generator as well as solar.
This location actually has proximity to the market. It has a very close proximity to the market, and apart from that, other infrastructure we have, of course, we have 24/7 security who are permanently on site, just to beef up the security situation, that we have around here.
The quality of work done on the houses speak for themselves, as developers understand just how specific the FMBN is about quality delivery.
If you look at this particular project, it's not the usual mass housing kind of project. So the quality is high above the specification you can get in any of the government mass housing project. So the quality is top notch.
The FMBN has put smiles on the faces of many families who are now homeowners, thanks to the NHF scheme.
I never believed something like this could be true, or something like this still happen in Nigeria. But while I collected my allocation letter in my hand, that I saw that everything was real, I was very happy.
Who are living testimony, you can see. So actually it works. Yes. Nobody should doubt it.
Making its customers homeowners is not the only area the FMBN is making its impact felt. Many of its customers are beneficiaries of the home renovation loan. Currently, the sum of 191 million naira has been distributed to hundreds of the home renovation loan beneficiaries. For contributors who have retired, over 213 million has been refunded to about 103 beneficiaries in the state. For more inclusion to the NHF scheme, the Kano State branch of the FMBN and the head office are both putting in efforts to see that workers in the state resume contributions to the fund.
In our next segment, we'll share with you the story of an ordinary Nigerian in Kano State like you and I, who was brave enough to give the NHF scheme a trial. Stay with us as we bring you one beneficiary of the NHF who had his dream come true.
The payment process is quite flawless.
It was unbelievable because I didn't know that they have such a scheme existing in Nigeria.
Is it true that I will get the house? No, why not? We met all the requirements, so we'll get it.
The joy of ownership is wonderful.
Ismail Salisu is is the owner of this beautiful 3-bedroom semi-detached bungalow in the Ministerial Pilot Housing Scheme 2, Kano State. He was a contributor to the NHF but never gave it much thought until in 2018 when his wife brought home a flyer of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria after a sensitization at her place of work.
I think the FMB guys, your guys here in Kano, went to my wife's office where they had a presentation, just to tell them about the products that they had available at that time. So I came back, I think it was somewhere in 2018, and my wife came back home with the flyer, and I picked it up, and I was interested in, there was one particular thing that actually captured my interest, the rent-to-own stuff, where you have to get that ensures that you get the house even without equity contribution. So it was quite interesting for me, and then I felt that I should take advantage of that opportunity. So I think the next day I came to your office here in Kano, just to make some inquiries. And as at that time, I think the estate was still under construction. And there was this guy I met, Aminu, very fantastic guy. So he was the one that encouraged me that I should just keep the faith, and that as soon as the houses were complete, that he was going to keep me posted.
Ismail Salisu shares his first night experience in his house and how it feels being a home owner.
My first night here, I woke up at 12 noon. The feelings that you don't have to deal with any landlord anymore, that alone is satisfying. That I'm no longer, going to pay rent to any landlord. That in itself alone is satisfying. So, and to every working class Nigerian, I think the ultimate goal is for you to have a home. It's always exciting going out when I'm going to work, always exciting when I'm coming back home. There's this excitement, there's this joy that comes with it that, hey, you are going back to your home. It's your home. Come on. So I'm no longer going to be indebted to any landlord. All I'm focused on is to make sure that I'm able to pay back my loan, and of which I know that the payment what is going to be taken from my salaries is so flexible that I don't even get to feel it.
Since he moved in, Salisu had taken it upon himself to speak to people about owning their own homes even before retiring from service.
Joshua telling us that
he emphasizes on the flexibility of the scheme.
Nigerians have this mentality that nothing works. And the feedback that I get from some of them when I talk about the housing thing is that you need to have a godfather. And I give an example of myself. Like I said, this journey started in 2018. In 2019, I got my offer. I can't remember talking to any godfather because I never had one. It wasn't necessary. All you need as a Nigerian worker is just ensure that your employer is contributing to the National Housing Fund.
Our question for the week is, after benefiting from any product of the bank, is a beneficiary entitled to a refund?
Despite the fact during your tenure as a contributor to the scheme, you are able to benefit from any of the bank's products. At retirement, you are entitled to the refund of your contribution with an interest of 2%. The loan is done in such a way. Example, you have 10 years to get to 60 years to your retirement age. The loan will be liquidated within that 10 years. So as you are liquidating the loan, your retirement is just by the corner. So that will not affect your contribution. The contribution is separate from the loan that is given. The contribution just enables you to be part of FMBN customer. And once you are that, you benefit from any of the products. And we refund to you when you retire at 2% interest rate.
Like I always say, it is the desire of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria to have every Nigerian own a place to call home. This can only be possible if you put in the effort. Visit any of our branch offices near you to find out how. There is at least one office in every state across the country. You can also log on to the FMBN website on www.fmbn.gov.ng for more information. I'll be here again next week, same time and same station for another exciting episode of the program. If you have a question or comment, do send them through any of our feedback platforms currently showing on your screens. Until then, stay safe and God bless Nigeria.